Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Checking in with you on today. This is day 4 of my 5-day New Year Take Back Your Life Challenge. This is Dr. Alfie Wines, and I am coming at you this morning to say good morning, to check in. Yes, this is Tuesday already. Can you believe it? This is the 4th day of our 5-day New Year Take Back Your Life Challenge. Tomorrow is the 5th day, and then we will begin the online course on Thursday, on Thursday, January 17th. So these 5 days are leading up to the course, is getting us ready, getting our hearts, our minds, and our spirits ready to take back our lives. You know, there is work to be done if we want to have a good year, if we want 2019 to be our very best year, if we want 2019 to be off the chain, if we want to kick it in 2019, there are some things we need to do. And so one of those things that we need to do is we need to clear out some, you might think of it as emotional baggage. And so that's what the course helps us do. We have tools in the course to help you break through when life breaks your heart. And part of that is that there are 5 things that I consider to be important, to be the core, to be essential, to be necessary for us to make sure we have in order if we want to have a good life, if we want to have a good 2019. Yes, absolutely. You perhaps already know what those 5 things are if you've been following me these last few days. They are faith, family, friends, fitness, and finances, with today being day 4. Guess what? We're going to talk about fitness today. And guess where I have been this morning? I have already been to the gym. I am so proud of myself, I can hardly stand it. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that, but listen, these are the basic questions that I think are so important for us to ask ourselves as we come into a new year, as we say, set the groundwork, as we lay the groundwork, as we prepare ourselves in order to take on the challenges that the new year brings. And some of these questions are: has life broken your heart? Are you heartbroken by the big D's? I call these disappointment, discouragement, distractions, and discontent. Are you heartbroken with a hurt that lingers no matter what you do? Are you heartbroken by a hurt that you can't think away, hope away, wish away, pray away? My. Those are deep hurts that need a lot of work in order for us to work through them. Or shoulda, coulda, woulda, constant companions. Do you see light at the end of the tunnel, but for the life of you, you can't get to it? Do you have projects that you have started but left unfinished, or there are projects you really want to do, but you can't seem to get started? Do you spend so much energy on survival that there is no energy left for thriving and moving forward? Are there things in your life that hinder you from doing and being your very best? Are you ready to leave all this behind and take on the new year? Absolutely, to take on the new year. And if you're going to do that and do it well, you got to make sure that faith, family, friends, fitness, and finances are in order. And in addition to that, to make sure that that emotional, spiritual place is cleared out so that there can be room for the new things, a new blessing that the year has to hold. So remember that the course gives you the tools that you need in order to clear out that emotional space. Now today we're going to talk about fitness because, you know, all of these 5 5 things, right? The 5 things, they all start with an F. All of these 5 things are interrelated. We are connected beings. So one is related to the other, and if one is out of whack, then it's likely to affect the others. And so today I want to talk about fitness. You know, fitness is I don't know how many billions, but it is a billion-dollar industry. It seems that we are always trying to get our act together. So now, if that's you, say hello, say out, say, oh, that's me. I know you can feel it in your spirit, whether you let me know it or not. You can feel it in your spirit that, you know what, I need to work on my fitness. And when I think of fitness, I think of keeping myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And in other words, a well-rounded kind of fitness, not just physical. And so for the physical this morning, I want you to think about what are you doing for yourself physically? What are you doing to keep your body in good shape? What are you doing? Are you going to the gym? Are you walking? Are you going for a bicycle ride? You know, there are hundreds, perhaps thousands of things we can do in order to keep ourselves fit. So one question that I want to raise today is, what are you doing to be physically fit? Next, I want to ask you, what are you doing to be mentally fit? You know, in order to keep our minds active, we need to be learning new things, doing some new things, adding to those pathways in our brains and using the pathways that are already there. So what are you doing to keep yourself mentally fit and then emotionally fit, which is really where the focus is on Take Back Your Life, How to Break Through when life breaks your heart, giving tools to actually work through those hard places in our lives. You know, we live in a society that says, do what? Just get over it and get on with it. And I want to suggest that sometimes life hurts our hearts in a way that we really need to stop and really pay attention to that part of ourselves so that we can bring healing and wholeness to those places where we hurt, so we can release that energy. You know, there is an actual energy connected to our emotions. And if that energy is all spent up on, you know, feeling bad about something that has happened in our lives or something perhaps that has not happened in our lives, if that energy, if all of that emotional energy is spent trying to, you know, figure out something about our past, if all of that energy is spent on that, guess what? We don't really have what we need to move forward. We don't really have the kind of emotional energy, the kind of emotional space that we need to, you know, take on new endeavors and to enjoy new things and to enjoy the things that we already have. And so I just want to challenge us on today to think about those things. If you have your handout, which you have already downloaded, I hope that you have, you'll notice that there is a page to think about fitness. In other words, the first question is, I keep myself fit when and remember, fitness is physical, mental, and emotional. When I do what? What are you doing, right, that keeps you physically fit, mentally fit, and emotionally fit? And then the other question is, I need to pay more attention to keep myself fit in each of those main 3 areas. Physically, what do I need to do? Go to the gym. Get up, off the couch, go to the gym. What do I need to do mentally? I need to take on some challenges. I know, and for me, I'm reviewing Hebrew, okay? So, you know, you do what you like and what you enjoy doing. And then, of course, emotionally is healing those wounds in our spirits. And that's really what Take Back Your Life, How to Break Through when Life Breaks Your Heart is all about. It's designed for that because there are our society just does not do a good job. Let's just put it out there. Our society does not do a good job of helping us work through some of the challenges that we face. Our society says what? Get over it and get on with it, and really does not give us the tools, whether we're talking about for ourselves or whether we're talking about being in communion, being in connection with someone else as they work through something. Our society just does not do a good job of that. And so one of the things that I aim for is to give us the tools so that we can do that for ourselves, know what that process is and work through it for ourselves, and then as well be able to be with others as they work through that process. So ask yourself those questions in terms of what are you doing to stay fit, and then what do you need to do? What do you need to pay attention, more attention to in order to be physically, mentally, and emotionally fit? So yes, absolutely, fitness is extremely important, whichever of those aspects you think about. It is important to keep ourselves fit. These bodies, they're wonderful, and yet they're not designed to last always. And so we know that, of course, death is part of living. But here's my motto, here's my philosophy. Listen, I want to get all of the goodness that I can. And I know that part of experiencing that goodness in life is making sure that I am fit, that I have my, as the songs used to say, heart fixed and mind regulated, right? All of that, mentally, emotionally, and physically as well. So that's what I want you to be thinking about over the next couple of days as we get ready for the course in terms of your fitness. Remember, we've already talked about faith on day 1. We talked about family on day 2. We talked about friends on day 3. Today is day 4, and we're talking about fitness. And tomorrow we will tackle finances. All right? Those are the 5 things that I believe we really need to have in order if we want to have a good year. So I invite you to make sure that you download the information, the handout, so that you can. It's not too late. You can still download the handout and you can still walk through the questions. So I invite you to do that if you have not already done so. And then you will also receive an email, and that email will give you the information that you need to find out more about the course. And I just want you to know that the course will help you walk through. It will help you walk through some things that you need to think through, some things that you need to reflect on, some things that you need to deal with. Sometimes it's just a matter of recollecting our thoughts and reframing the thing, whatever it is that's hurting us in our minds. But sometimes there are also actions that we need to take in order to deal with those things. So Take Back Your Life, How to Break Through When Life Breaks Your Heart, gives you a process for being able to work through that. And it doesn't really matter whether those hurts and pains come from our personal lives, whether they come from things that are going on at work. It really doesn't matter what area of life we're dealing with. The process is still basically the same for working through those deep, deep hurts in our lives. And you know what? We've got to work through them. If we want to have a good year, if we want to have a good life, if we are determined that 2019 is going to be our very best year yet, we've got to walk through all of those things. So I invite you to make sure you have the download. I invite you to make sure that you have the emails that give you the information, that lead you to the information that you will need to know more about the course. Hold on just a moment. So I want good things for you in 2019. I know you want good things for yourself in 2019. So as we come to a close on today, just make sure that you are getting everything in your life in order so that you can have a good year. As I said, next time on tomorrow, we'll be talking about finances, and then the course will begin on Thursday. So make sure you are signed up for the course so you can walk through. There are 3 ways you can walk through. You can walk through with self-study. You can walk through with me in a small group. You can walk through with me one-on-one. Either of those ways, whichever works for you, I invite you to participate, to join the class, to join the course. Take back your life, how to break through when life breaks your heart. All right, I'm signing off for today. Have a good day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a good day. Take care.